You guys, one thing we have to really work on is extending the tax cuts, don't we? We can't afford another tax increase. Well, I have somebody here with us today who is one of our coalition partners. He is working very hard for Americans at tax reform. He's the president of Americans for Tax Reform, and he has been working on this long before this Tea Party movement started, and we are honored to have him here with us today, Mr. Grover Norquist.
2 years ago, some people ran for office promising change. And a lot of well-meaning Americans heard that and thought that they wanted to change a corrupt Washington. That's not what Obama, Reid, and Pelosi meant. They wanted to change America. They wanted to use the power of government to change us. We would like to use the strengths of America to change a corrupt Washington. Those are the two teams that meet up tomorrow. On our team are those of us who want one thing from the government. We want to be left alone. You have businessmen and women who want their businesses and their professional lives left alone. You have homeschoolers who want to be left alone to raise their own kids. I serve on the board of the National Rifle Association. We simply wish to be left alone with our Second Amendment rights. We do not insist that every fourth grader be taught books in public schools entitled Heather Has Two Hunters. We simply wish to be left alone. All the various communities of faith, people who wish to be left alone to practice their faith. Now, the other team is a takings coalition. They view the proper role of government as taking things from some people, you, and giving them to other people, them. And if you go around their table, you know who's there, the big trial lawyers, the labor union bosses, the big city political machines, the two wings of the dependency movement, people who are locked into welfare dependency, and people who make $90,000 a year managing their dependency, making sure none of them get jobs and join our team. Also around the table are all the coercive utopians, the people who get government grants to tell the rest of us what to do. These are the people who mandate cars too small to put your entire family into, the people who invented those toilets that don't flush completely. So all around their table are people who want to use the power of the state to enrich and empower themselves at everyone else's expense. That's why step one, when these characters came into power in Washington, was the stimulus spending bill. Why? Because they threw $800 billion into the center of that table, and then they sat around like the scene in the movie after the bank robbery. One for you, one for you, one for you. Now, they had a theory for this, and that theory ran that if they take $1 from someone who earned it and gave it to one of their friends, we'd all get rich. That was going to create recovery summer. That was the stimulus package, okay? Imagine Reid, Pelosi, and Obama standing on one side of the lake, and they dip 3 buckets into the lake and get 3 buckets of water out. They walk around to the other side of the lake, and in front of MSNBC's cameras and Keith Olbermann, they pour the 3 buckets back into the lake and announce that they are stimulating the lake to great depths. That was their theory, and they are surprised that it did not work. And as they would say, look, if you didn't think that would work, we're going to do this 800 billion times, and then the lake will be much deeper, and we'll all be much richer. We have had an awful lot of our own money wasted, a lot of our children and grandchildren's money wasted. We've got to start by saying no new taxes, and then we've got to bring in the spending. Tomorrow, we start the process. Great to be with you. Thank you.